Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. It's been a while. It's been a long while. 29th of February 2004. It was Bolton Wanderers taking on Middlesbrough in the then Carling Cup final. And I tell you, it was that day, some 20 years ago, that Ken Ochonogo made his debut on Channels Television. It's 20 years now. Same Sunday, not 29th of February this time around, but the weekend of 29th of February. And for 20 years, we've been calling it. 20 years we've been doing what others consider to be unorthodox. 20 years, a show that is now a talk show. 20 years, a show with a team that understand that you do it the other way, that there are not just one way of doing things, but we get to the crux of the matter. 20 years of supportership, 20 years of those of you at home who have been listening to us and telling us, guys, go it this way. I will become one great family. Here, this show, we don't follow the scripts, we don't follow lineups. We allow you to dictate the pace. But then, when we talk sports here, we talk sport with the heart of a nation right here on the set. With the youths and to the future. And with those who have supported us. Those who have had that confidence in us to say, you guys can do it. And we'll do it this weekend, I'll do it next weekend. Because it is all about Channel Sport and the fans of Channel Sport on Sunday. My team is in the house, part of the team, a full team. Wemi Ajala, Jimmy, Baba Jimmy Ogunlano.
You had to call the full name. You had to call the full name.
Jimmy Katu. Obomo is there, Obomo Sigwe. You know, Yemi, who we talk about, Catalan, the baby of the house. It's been a long time coming, but here we are, and we are still growing. We're still talking it. We're still making it. We're still being here and calling it as it is. 20 years after that journey started, with myself on the set, not as a presenter, but as an analyst. Because Joseph Esenwa was there as the presenter, and then I also had Nnamdi Okoseme. I mean, the part of the Okoseme families, the children of Cyril Okoseme. You understand that yes, the sister, the brother, they all played for the Super Eagles as far as their father, who also kept goal for Nigeria. So it was that set that we're here talking Middlesbrough versus Bolton. That game have what it takes to be, what a game has to be, because we took it live. We took it live on Channel Television. It was live on Channel Television. Two British, or two English, not British now, two English managers coming onto the finals for the very first time. And that was, Steve McLaren of Middlesbrough and the big Sam Allardyce of Bolton, with the stars, JJ Okocha, Yuri Jokev, Ivan Campo, Joseph Desiree Job, Mendieta, exactly Mendieta. You understand? So you can go on and see that yes, it was something that catapulted us into where we are and where we've come from. 20 years, no be business talker. But without you guys, we won't be here. My guys are in the house today. Jimmy.
Ken, I don't think you have done so well, but I don't think it's complete without mentioning Nokuti.
Yes.
The late Joe Ihile. And a lot of other, Tayo Balogun, Larry Peniel, even the ladies. You've had Nelly, the same old Nelly, Chimbiani, Cecilia is still so much part of
the house now.
And there are even generations to this thing. You, Uncle T, the first generation, you, then the Okwemi, Yemi Bakari, right up to the fields, the Gen Z of the show. But I mean, it's been a very, very fantastic journey. One you love talking about because it radiates beyond the knowledge. It radiates warmth, love, understanding of the terrain. And like you said, it has been more unconventional. Just get to do your thing unscripted. Apart from being unscripted, most times it's about the spontaneity of how we flow on set. And it's always lovely to do this with you on set.
Catalan,
the baby of the show.
When you told me this morning, first I came to my house 20 years ago. Where was I?
Exactly. I wanted to ask that question.
Well, I remember the first time I actually watched you on TV as a young child, and I was like, man, these guys know what they're talking about. And to a large extent, spurred me on to want to do this. And when I finally got the opportunity to come on, you received me with so much warmth. I told you the first time you brought me on set was Sports Palava back then, and almost 11 years now. I thought maybe I wasn't going to come back because I felt I hadn't done well, But you encouraged me. You spoke to me. Oh, you can do this. You can add this. You can improve on that. And I'm still working on myself, still improving. It's been joyful working with you and the team. Of course, being the baby of the house, he has his perks, obviously. But I'm glad we get to do this on a weekly basis, and of course to our followers and people that reach out to us, almost on a daily basis, saying, "Oh, we like the way you talked about this. Oh, your angle and this and all of that is as a result of what we come here to do, which is totally unscripted, by the way." So I'll say thank you. And we're looking forward to the next 20 years.
we're looking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like we said, this is Channel Sports and this is Channels Television, and then we are known for one thing and one thing where we excel more than any other thing, where we are the pace setters. We go to the grassroots, we go to the very beginning, and then we go to the cradle, not where the glamour is, but that is where we go. They pick it up, get those rough diamonds, and then identify them and leave it at the court of those whose responsibility it is to polish them to stardom for themselves and for fatherland Nigeria. So today we'll be concentrating mostly on the NPFL on the 17th. Nigeria has won this cup 5 times or so. How many? 5 times?
Yeah, 5.
We've won it. But then there has not been a template. There has not been something on ground for us to say, this is when we if you want to study how Nigeria has excelled at that level, there is nothing. It is like we just get it done and then we get the answers. But now systematically people say this is how it should be done. We should have a youth team. We should have a team B. Then we should have a senior team. So that there is that gradation of where we know where they are coming from. Get that data, the data bank of the future stars. It is not easy because people don't put their money there, people don't put their time there, people don't go there to watch. Most times it is family and friends that watch them. But then painstakingly, the men at the helm of affairs in football in Nigeria till they say, we must take this thing head on. We have to achieve a result. We have to build for the future. We have to have a solid foundation, because without that, whatever edifice you are seeing, will be built on a quicksand. So today, we're going to talk to our guys there and see what is happening, because the NPFL under 17, the finals, they now have the finals, they have a competition, the zonal, and then from there teams qualify, the winners now congregate somewhere in the finals. So we're going to meet the major actors and they're going to tell us what it is, and then after then we also look at their briefly, since it's not here, should have looked at the Falcons. We told them their results. They went over to Cameroon and played a 0-0 draw. The Rivers United are right there in Angola trying to play Lobito. Rivers are third on. All right, they are there, moving on. So we shall look at all that. But let's start with the under 17, and let's start from the zonal. I wanted us to start from the final to the zonal, but it's like the zonal is ready. So let's go to Makredi and meet Paul. They call him he's a barrister, but then this man is more into football than in law for now. I don't know. Someday we'll look at his chambers. Hello, my guy Paul. That is the chairman of Benue FA. He loves. The founder of that Nigerian Tales thing is the founder of the foundation of Nigerian Tales, and like we said, female football is not glamorous. He is there digging into the ditch. The youth football is not glamorous. He is there doing it, and then he was okay. They say when this thing started, they said go and take over the Nasarawa zone, do it, and that zone was adjudged the best zone in this qualifiers. Guy, how you do now? How do you do this thing?
I didn't know that the zonals have been graded. But the unique thing is that I want to first salute the courage of the chairman of the NPFL, Honorable Benga Elegbeleye, for a fantastic job. You know, a lot of people don't realize that when you want to invest in the game of football or any venture, the first thing you need to do to be able to get it right is to get the right team. And I want to say categorically or emphatically that the team that was put together by Right Honorable Benga Elegbeleye to head the youth under 17 tournament, ably led by Pastor Iyema, did a fantastic job. Every zone performed incredibly well. And of course, I'm sure perhaps maybe we had a way of packaging what happened in our zone. A lot of people tend to think that maybe the Lafia zone is adjudged to be the best. All the zones performed excellently well, and I am happy with the caliber of young boys that will be turning out in Benin in the coming days.
Okay, how many teams participated in the in Lafia? How many of the clubs were there?
Four clubs participated, and of course we had Plateau United that qualified to represent the North Central. We had Niger Tornadoes U17, we had Kwara United U17, and of course we have Luby Stars under 17 that participated. 4 in all, and I think in each of the 5 zones, four teams participated.
Okay. All right. Okay. So these are the teams that qualified. Jimmy. Okay.
So, from the Northwest we have Katsina United, North Central, like he said, Plateau United, South, Rivers United. From the Southeast we have Enugu Rangers on the 17th, and finally from the Southwest we have Remo Stars on the 17th.
Okay, you can see that when we're coming down here, we try, you know, when you are studying for exams and then the thing is so much, you just abbreviate.
Yeah,
so you remember. So when I say it was
three hours KP.
3 hours KP. The 3 hours KP are Rangers, Rivers, Remo from the south, and then the other zones, we have Katsina and Plateau. So the 3 hour KP. For those of you, if you want to remember how many things are in Benin, and then the two that are there is not difficult, just say R, 3 R, K, and then P. Okay, Polo, that man will come back. Where you did? What were the major challenges? This being the inaugural edition of this competition. What were the challenges you guys faced actually in your zone?
Well, in our zone, I wouldn't say we faced much of a challenge because all that we required and needed were provided. In terms of the logistics and the budget was met 100%, and all thanks to the chairman of the NPFL and of course the chairman of the Youth League. Whatever we needed was spot on. Referees' indemnities were paid 100%, medicals were paid 100%, everything that we required was provided. And of course, I think that we also had a lot of leverage because from our zone, Nasarawa State government also did excellently well. They were all out. The Commissioner for Youth and Sports was there, the PAMSEC, the FH.
Go on.
I think there's a glitch.
Okay. All right. We'll go back to Barrister Paul, and like we said, he was in charge of that zone, the Lafia zone, the North Central.
Ken, I think the most instructive thing to note here is the courage of the chairman of the NPFL, Honorable Elegbeleye, and the board, not just him. The board, you know, you have the likes of Davison Owumi also in that board. The courage to put this together is something massive at this point in time. You know, it's not just about, you know, talking about it, it's about doing it. And what they have been able to do is so fantastic to see that, you know, all of the teams eventually they made it to, you know, the qualifiers, and we'll be having something massive this way. So basically we'll be having something traceable, like a database. You know, we used to have Lagos Junior League. Sometime where Coach Tunde Disu was handling it, and I think Aromire or someone like that. They were able to have a database based on, you know, students coming through the secondary school system. So what we have right now makes, you know, for a database where you easily can trace where exactly is this guy coming from. So you are not coming into the under 17 team and you don't have any history. So basically, I think it's something that we have to praise them for being able to put this up, and it requires harder work, because I mean the reward for something good being done is more responsibility. So I love what he has said about the fact that it was not just about the Lafia Center, because I know also the likes of Liamid Gafar also was involved in Yama, and we are talking about core stakeholders, people that have invested their own money. It's like something different from what we see with the NPFL. Because we are having the people like Barrister Ede, like Liamid Gafar, like Yama, those who are putting their own resources. They are the ones that so that means they will value better the players and will be able to nurture that kind of mindset. If it runs through our system, we'll have a better structured league.
Okay, we are still hoping to link up with link up back with Barrister Paul Ede right there in Makurdi. I've not been to Makurdi before. Okay, I'm told he's back. Are you back, Paul?
Well, I'm hoping you come and eat a very good pounded yam with Makurdi. Very fast mango.
Abi?
I can't wait, because I see those yams coming in from Benue, guy, and then
the food basket of the nation. Yeah.
So when they pound it, man, here they call it inyo, and then I don't know the best soup to eat it, but we'll talk about that. Okay, I know what were the let me say the guidelines that you guys were giving? Because for us in channels, I think we are veterans when it comes to youth competition, where with the channels Kids Cup, and then the athletics that we normally do. So the classic athletic class that we do here in Lagos, we will resume soon. We wish to have the issue mostly in screening. How did you screen them? They did their birth certificate? Yes. Go on.
In fact, you just took it away from me. I think in all the guidelines, the one that was most interesting was the screening part.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of teams, I don't know if perhaps they don't understand the concept behind the youth under 17 games. They think it is all about winning at all costs. It's not the idea behind it. When the chairman of the NPFL set out for this and of course inaugurated us, he said clearly that he wants the actual age, because these young lads are the ones that will represent Nigeria. Of course, in March, that we have the under 17 that will go out there to represent Nigeria. So he wanted a league where those young lads with the actual ages can be identified. And I can tell you a lot of funny things that happen in Lafia. Most of the teams with in fact, when you see some of them, you can tell that this one is 30. But they try as much as they can to get them in. And of course, you can trust my team. We did excellently well. And when they kept insisting, we used their NIN. And of course, some of them, like one particularly said he was 15. We asked him, the guy was excellent. He was excellent in defending himself as though he was a lawyer. And of course, he didn't know he was speaking to a lawyer. And I asked him a simple question. I said, when did you graduate from secondary school? When did you finish primary school? He just gave up and gave us his actual.
Wow.
So I think that's one area that we did very well in my zone. I don't know about the other zones, but you can tell that those that participated in the Lafia zones, give or take, they are actually under 17. Those that couldn't meet up to the standard that was set, and of course those that went to doctor, and of course this is one very critical thing that I must also highlight. These young boys are not the ones that go to doctor their NIN or reduce their ages. And they don't realize that it is a criminal offense to go and doctor or reduce your age, and that it can be prosecuted. And I think that the next point I would also want to encourage the NFF to do is to see how we can educate these young lads and the various teams from across the country, across the various clubs, so that they realize that you don't need to adjust your age, so that we can get it right moving forward.
You see, you just told us a story because we have stories. We have stories here. We have stories. There was even an occasion where some people have to call us saying, I'm the grandfather of this guy and stuff like that. There was this case where at a point, because when we bring them in, we don't screen them team by team.
Yeah.
We mix them together. We say everybody come, we don't know where you are from or whatever it is. We don't know whether you are from this school or from this center. We just mix all of you join together. So we don't say we are discriminating. But then there was one thing we started doing. At the point we said they should remove their shirts. Their shirts. In fact, from what we saw, let me tell you this. It was our chairman, John Momo, John that said, you people should not do this. It's not television friendly. It's not television. I'm telling you this. He has to instruct us, look, don't do this. Don't, even if you don't teach. And then, he is one person who is very sensitive, very new, and looked about it. He look at the bigger picture. While we are, of course, trying to look at it, he said, no. So, and then we now know how did all that. We now said, okay, go and get us your birth certificate. Paul, they brought their birth certificate. I tell you this, it was in the finals. They brought the birth certificate. But let me tell you this. All the team, all the players, you understand, they brought their birth certificate. All their birth certificate was signed by one person. The birth certificate, original birth certificate, followed serially, which means
they were all born.
All their mothers got pregnant at the same time. The same local government gave birth consecutively, got registered.
And they ended up in the same school.
No female, nobody moved on. I tell you this, you see, the thing like you are saying, it is not the kids, but those who are aiding them.
The parents and academic owners.
Nodi Okonta is not here, but Nodi has an eye. Because in another, there was this other set where those who were in the last set with a school, from the same state came with another school. But you know what happened? We took them separately and asked them. Then transfer my father and go and ask them. All their parents were transferred from the other local government, what that school was, to this other local government. Okay.
A particular country came in with overage players. Let's keep the name of the country. A francophone country.
That was when we went to South Africa.
Like 5 years ago.
When we did to West African coast, so we are going to do this, and then because we also have another guest joining us who is going to join us soon if he's ready. Paul Ede, he is the chairman of the Benue FA, doing fantastic job. I talk to him most of the time, and I know what he's going through and how Jimmy says these people are putting their resources. I think kudos to the NPFL board for picking these individuals and say you have something to bring in.
Not political appointment.
Not political appointment.
You are putting technocrats in place to get the job done. People that understand the pain of putting money, investing, literally stakeholders.
They know what is involved and why they do it.
Very commendable.
Talk to me. All right. Let's go to Benin. Let's go to Benin because we have the man we've just been talking about. I'm told he is ready to join us. Agbenga Elegbe. I've followed him in DG Nation. I mean, I call him the DJ anyway. I don't actually see him as the chairman of PFL. I always see him as the DJ. Hello. Okay, I call you DG now. DG, not chairman. How are you? Where are you there? Hello. Is it there?
I'm here.
Nah, they find you now.
I do. A full ground.
Full ground, man. That is the man that we define here. That's the man that is doing all this and pushing. Jimmy said you have courage to say, look, this thing must take off. But we've been speaking with one of your guys you put in there, the Benin State FA, who is a chairman who took part of Lafia Zone. You are right there in Benin.
Barrister Paul,
Barrister Paul, yes. Okay. But I wanted to start from somewhere, but I want to start from what Jamie said. How did you pick the men that you put in to say, you are the guy I trust to do this thing for me?
Well, thank you very much. I've been in this industry for years, so I know those who can make things happen. I know those who have capacity to work and get results. Let me just start from the chairman of the committee himself, Pastor Meka. I just call him late night and I say, look, I want you to do this thing for us. He never lobby for it. Now you are just talking to Barrister Paul, and most of us know who he is and what he represents. He never lobbied that I want to serve, but I called him and said, look, you're my friend. Do this for Nigeria. And he's always ready to serve anyway. He's been sponsoring league, he will be involvement in Women League. He's a complete philanthropist in the football ecosystem. And then you see Patrick Pascal. He played for Nigeria before. He's currently with the NFF technical. He's a team coordinator for Super Eagles. And you look at other names, other members are those we can call the stakeholders in the industry. We have many stakeholders. Okay. We have many qualified personnel that can do the job, but we look out for these people in what I can call head hunting. We did head hunting. So by okay. I say, look, these guys can do it, these guys can do it. We all agreed and they all cooperated.
Just hold it there. Hold on. We want to go to a short break. You understand? When we come back, we'll still go back to Benin and hear how this fantastic news is put about, and then I will also look at what school sport means to us here on Channels Television. Stay with us.
Ceremony of the 14th biennial Nigeria Police Games tagged Oluyole 2024.
We have here the representative of the Chief of Defense Staff.
In the next 8 days, these athletes from 17 zones will be competing for laurels in different sporting events.
The commander of this parade is SP Ismaila from Sanfarason. Command, Ekorab.
The arrival of the Games torch for lighting of the flame signifies the start of the event.
That is the light. Can we please arbitrate, young ones?
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, is excited. The Games has been a cradle for unveiling sports talents for years.
Throughout the years, the Nigerian police has been a fertile ground for nurturing sporting talents who have brought honor to our nation on both national and international stages. As we gather for this year's biennial police games, I am optimistic that we will witness the emergence of new talents poised to carry forward the legacy of our esteemed sportsmen and women.
Then the host governor, Seyi Makinde, who also represents President Bola Tinubu, officially declares the games open.
These games also give us an opportunity to see another side of the Nigeria police force, the friendly side, the competitive side. So we expect a highly competitive game. So on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, I hereby declare the 14th Biennial Police Games, Oluyole 2024, open.
The 14th Biennial Police Games will end on March the 2nd.
All right, you're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday. It is still youth sports, youth football, youth everything that we're doing today. And then, like we said, Kids Cup Channel is known for the Kids Cup. We did that over a decade, and we're still doing it. COVID, you have come and you've gone. Your effect is still holding us, but we shall overcome. I remember we used to sing that at the university days. We shall overcome. We shall overcome this COVID. But then we're talking school sports. And then most athletes then, that talent was discovered in secondary school, primary school first.
Primary school first.
Inter-house sports.
Yes,
that is the origin. Inter-house sports. So This is what we are doing as going to inter-house sport. Yeah. And that is why the next clip we are going to show you is that of Foreshore. Foreshore School. They are right there in Ikoyi, and they demonstrated their love for school sports. They just held their inter-house sports, and then the Redwood, the Redwood House, they emerged as the highest winners with the number of you gold, silver, bronze. If you have 1 gold, somebody has 5 gold and you have 10 silver. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same. So let's see how they started from. I think this is the cradle. Let us start it. Yeah. Let us go to Foreshore and see how it is done, how we started, and let's hope they will get to the zenith of sports.
The Foreshore School, Ikoyi in Lagos, marks another annual inter-house sports, and these kids representing the various houses, Chestnut, Oak, Redwood and Willow, are set to compete to the admiration of their parents and invited guests. It's all fun for the kids as they engage in march past to add color to the event. And it's time for the 100-meter races. It's the relays.
Let's go. Let's go. Wow, I love this. Yes.
Last one, Lily.
And the tug of war.
This is a wonderful occasion. It's the first time we're just opening our new sports ground today. As you can see, it's beautiful. The Foreshore School is a beautiful place. We were initially known as tender loving care, and that shows in everything we do. You can see that the children are happy, the parents are happy, they're cheering one another up, and so I think it's a good grand occasion.
A major thing I always advocate is everything doesn't have to be academics. There could be more we could do with these children. Children are multi-talented, and some children really are good at sports, but they may not be good academically. But you see, this is where we get them to express themselves more.
Well, I think it's very important. Sports is very important for children, for their development, for them to learn to compete, basically, and for their health-wise as well, too, for their well-being. It's a very, very good initiative, and it's been a very well-organized event.
After a competitive day, Redwood finishes top with the highest number of gold medals and emerges champions of the 2024 Foreshore School Inter-House Sports.
There is only one question I'm going to ask, but before I ask them their questions, I don't want to let you guys know that this segment is now open. Yeah. Let's showcase your schools. Yeah. Let's showcase grassroots football. Talk to us. And then, when you talk to us, you are reaching to the whole world. Yes. There is no platform bigger than it. We're not just say, well, it's not immodest. If we say yes, this is the biggest sports platform in this country. Yep. And then it is not it. It is so because you guys are doing it. So let us work together. Let us team up and build this. Bring out your school sport. We shall come in and cover it. We shall showcase them. I will ask them, both Paul and Benga, my guys, the heavy men. But let me start with the lightweight here in the studio. Did you do the inter-house sport? Am I?
Why you do the inter-house sport?
I should be repeating myself.
I used to help coordinate.
You are the cheerleader.
Yeah,
you are the cheerleader. Give me the inter-house sport.
Ken, I was at the inter-house sport events of my children's school.
And before your children, your own.
2 days, I did. Maybe I was not the most fantastic of athletes, but 2 days ago, what I saw, apart from the fact that my children made me proud. Very, very proud.
Yes.
I was, tantalized by the fact that a lot of parents actually were involved. You almost had half of, the entire student population come to the center to come and encourage their children. Parents are beginning to understand that sports is not...
Toby saw that she's a billionaire.
You understand? Cristiano Ronaldo. So you don't know where, Victor Osimhen, you don't know where the next big star is going to come from.
Yeah.
So parents need to understand that there must be a proper balancing of academics and also sporting activities.
Send my child to school, you must know book.
You must know the two. You must know the two.
She's grown up. She's almost 2 now.
Yeah, she's almost 2.
She's almost 2 now.
In China, by the age of 4, you're already practicing.
There was somebody that called us from China.
Exactly. Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
They were swimming.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are kids, 4-year-old, 5-year-old.
Exactly. So let's catch them youngsters with what you're able to do at home, what you're able to do at the school level, what you're able to take right down to what level, local government, state, and the national, and also regional. Because you see, what they did with NPFL on the 17th is more regional, and I think it showcases the need for our age grade coaches.
With that, let me go to Benga. You just open something for me.
Yeah.
Hello, chairman. Let's maybe He just said hit the nail on the head. Of course, we're talking the under 17. We're talking the under 17 junior teams. But then I don't want us to deviate from this. But I think this it is instructive. I ask you this question. You guys did the Abridged League last year. Because we say okay, let us do so that we can formalize and catch up with calendar. But with what we are seeing, I follow the teams from the north and from the south. Chairman, they spent some time for over 48 hours on the road going. I tracked a team that left their base by 9 a.m. on a Thursday, on a Tuesday. By Thursday, before they were getting to where they are going to go and play, they spent 2 days on the road and then no rest. Spent another 2 days back. They spent more days on the road than recapitulating by train or whatever it is. Are we getting value? Can this concept of what is it under 17? Can we use it in the NPFL or maybe have a 2-zonal league or whatever, so that the roads, the kidnapping, the bad roads, the accidents, and then whatever is it, and then the fund, there is no money, the funding. Because you are close, you are the man at the helm, and then they talk to you and you talk to them. Is there any possibility of we saying this is a Nigerian league? We don't have to do what is happening. Let us that can get the best out of our league.
Well, okay, thank you very much. We looked at the situation of our country. Last season we went for a bridge league. It was like a tug of war before we can get this agreement for us to do that. We did it was quite successful. At the beginning of this season, the clubs representatives said they will prefer a full-blown league. They don't want a bridge league. Again, we are running the league. Okay, let's experiment again and see. We are one our bridge league is successful. Again, we will go for a full league. We'll still keep to the calendar and meet up with the time. We are doing that right now. But as I'm talking to you, I've seen complaints from the opponents of our bridge league in the last season, now telling us that it's actually better for Nigeria to play that bridge league. We're talking about club representatives now. Seeing the distance. We are discussing right now at the board platform the match between Sporting Lagos and Doma United in Gombe. So Sporting Lagos is going to have like 2 matches or 4 or 3 in 6 days, and the distance is quite enormous. Lagos to Gombe is a very, very long distance. Now you can now see, those of you who don't want a bridge league, now you can now see the difference between a bridge and what you're advocating for. Now those who opposed a bridge last season are the ones coming out that they want an bridge league back because it's better for Nigeria. But you look at the Sunshine Stars team, they were attacked by armed robbers.
Yeah.
Again, the purpose of the stress of traveling for long distance on a bad road is not good enough for the teams.
Rising cost.
Then we have a lot of criminals on Nigerian road nowadays. So all these things combined together means that Bridge League is the best form of league for Nigeria. And by God's grace, we'll again sit after the end of this season and propose to the chairman, this is the best we can do. I'm sure they will support this time around.
Okay. Before I throw the next question to Paul, tell us that we are listening. This is tell us exactly. Wait, inter-house sport, which event did you compete in? Chairman, which event? I'm talking to you now. Which event did you compete in inter-house sports? I'm asking you. You didn't hear me.
Oh, I play football, of course. I play inter-house sport. I did athletics. I played football for my school.
Okay.
Yeah, up to university level, I play football. Yes. At the secondary school level, I was a sprinter. Yeah, I ran the 100 and 200 meters from my house. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Before let me still stay with you before we go back to Paul.
And I did the relay race.
You did relay. I did 1,000. I did 1,500. Not a joke. This guy, they will not believe.
The other time you said you are an ex-international. Now you are claiming to be an Olympian, almost an Olympian. I don't understand though.
Don't mind them. Okay. All right. We want to go on a short break. When we come back. Okay, all right. They say no, we're not going on it. Don't mind me. We're not doing that. We're not going on any break. Let me ask you this question before we go to Paul. The challenges of screening. Do you intend introducing the technology like the MRI? Yeah, but maybe in the nearest future, probably if it's not in the next edition, probably the after one, because I know it is a challenge.
Well, thanks, Ken. The most difficult aspect of this. The first stage of this under 17 is the screening process. We have a lot of clubs that came with players at 25, even more than 25, claiming to be under 17. So it was a very difficult job for Barrister Paul Lede's team in Nasarawa, the team in Enugu, the one in Parakot, the one in Kaduna, and also the one. And then those in Ekiti. But with the exception of Remo Stars, that came with 15 under 15. When you see them, these are really under 15 actually, because they've been together. And surprisingly, they're the one that won the Southwest Zone. But getting to select the real under 17, a lot of devices were we went to do so many things like looking for their NIN, international passport of those that have. Then birth certificate, we don't accept declaration of age. Birth certificate, because everybody can manipulate the declaration of age. Again, we know at the end of the day, I was privileged to be one of the zones, and a certain club official was complaining to me that 2 of his boys were dropped, that those guys are actually under 17. Okay, let me just talk to them. I saw one of them just ask him a question first. I was very bored. I said, look. Are you telling me under 17? That's a big lie. It was not looking grand. I said, no, sir, that's my football age. What the hell is a football age? I don't know. Is that anything like football age? Your age is what I'm looking for. So you are not under 17. He said, yes, sir. How old are you? He said, it's 19. I said, shall I cannot be 19? He said, it's 22. I know it's more than 22. So I said, look, guy, get out of this place. You are 22, even you are claiming to be 20. It's actually more than 25 when I saw it. Yet he was claiming to be under 17. And he says under that 16 years is his football age. We have a lot of crises on our neck to manage that screening. It was very difficult. But I give kudos to all the zonal coordinators, and they were able to get the best out of this. And hopefully, like you asked me just now, in the next season, we'll probably have to look for able to deploy modern technology to determine age, aside what we just did.
All right. Okay, let's go to Benue because we are running out of time, gentlemen. Let's go and meet Paul. That's another of my. These guys are my friends. I don't like to be my friends because I want to punch you guys. I really want to punch you. You just looked at this. Of course, Lobby Stars and other clubs and rest of them all. FIFA talks about this TMS. You understand? That means the transfer matching system. These players that they brought in. Are they signed to the club as their youth, or would they just go and select and say they are representing, we are representing Rangers, we are representing Shooting Stars and stuff like that? Are they sign as the youth,
especially Plateau United.
Are they? And then going forward, what are you guys? What I mean, you guys are still going to meet after this. We'll not, and it's just the beginning, and then so that pruning it down to get the fact. But because we are running out of time, briefly, what in this regard, what was the situation, and what do you think it should be going forward?
I don't know why you're biased towards me. You didn't ask me what game I played.
I'm sorry. You can answer. When guy is listening to you there, he's already shouting. So, which one did you do? That is what yes. Okay, I'll start with that.
Incidentally, we just held the National Convention of the Otukpo Old Boys Association, where I just handed over as president.
Wow.
The truth is, we played, one of the key things that we did was that we played a football novelty match with the secondary school boys. You needed to see old men with fast stomachs. So I did football.
Okay.
Now back to your question. I think what I noticed, because I also interacted with most of the players, what I noticed is that none of the teams that came had any youth under 17 teams.
Yes. Okay.
What they did was, most of them, and with all due respect to all the participating teams, they went, the moment the announcement was made that the under 17 was going to happen, they went scouting for players from different clubs, academies that had you under 17. But I also need to commend the Kwara State team, because just like the chairman talked about Remo Stars, I noticed that the Kwara State team came with very extremely young players. You can tell, in fact, Kwara was the only team, or probably the only team, that we did not have a reason to screen out any player.
Wow.
And that's because I understand that they have an academy in Kwara State. The other team that also did well was the Plateau State team. And of course, all the teams had one issue or the other. But I think that ultimately they had no, they don't have any rooted under 17 team. It is just lately that, of course, Lobby Stars has, but it was not consistent. They needed to go and beef up their team. I'm aware of this because I'm the FH chairman. Lobby Stars have consistently also had the under 17 team, but needed to beef up here and there. But I think that with what the chairman of the NPFL is doing, it is something that year in, year out, because one thing I'm sure the chairman will speak to this issue is the fact that they are not just going to end here. We're going to select the best of the best players that will go out of the country and tour Europe.
Okay.
This is the attraction, and if this is what we replicate year in, year out, you discover that the various teams that participate in the NPFL would take this youth under 17 and, of course, under 15 by extension very seriously.
All right, thank you so much. That is the much we can take from you, but we'll still come back. Next, we'll be coming on you. Just calm down. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you. Also, let's go to the DJ and tell him just a word from him. Hello, Chairman, you there?
Yeah.
60 seconds. Are we going to academy? Should they be regulated? 60 seconds.
Well, thank you. Academies are owned by private people, private individuals. Then clubs, junior team, like just by the support said, majority of the clubs came with players from the academy. All right? But
okay, all right. I think that is the much. Okay. All right.
Of course, was under 17 team. All right.
Okay.
And at next season, when I do registration, you must submit the names of your under 17 players.
Okay.
Alongside your main team, or else you will deem not to be registered. It's not very compulsory. Okay. And again, to regulate academy is very necessary because there must be standard in everything that we do. Yes, cannot just set up an academy without guidelines in this country. And I'm sure then NFF is actually on that project. I remember the NFF president in one of the meetings said he has commissioned a group to actually look for guidelines for those that are going to run academy in Nigeria, and how it should be run.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. We are going. It's been great talking with you guys.
Okay. Yeah, please, I hope you drop that jacket for me next time when you finish, okay? Thank you.
All right, and I need Paul's jackets too. All right, gentlemen, we are going.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be here, but I think most importantly, the Nigerian team, the female national team, as much as possible, they should do the needful so that we avoid what happened against Ivory Coast. You know, we had a goalless draw and we didn't qualify when we played against Ivory Coast. Now we're playing against Cameroon. It was bad officiating, but let's go beyond adversity and qualify for the Olympics.
Let's go beyond adversity and go and qualify.
The under-17 promise is the way to go. We need more Nigerians going out there scoring against Manchester United.
Yes! Yesterday, it was Manchester United 1, Calvin Bassey, and it will be 2. So Nigeria 2, Manchester United 1. I mean, that is how.
You prefer that?
We will continue 20-year celebration when we meet next week from then. I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.